Hey guys, John here, the Vintage Geek. Today I've got something a little bit different for you, a different little thing to show you. I actually really like watching puzzles, like people solve puzzles. And one of my favorite guys to watch is Chris Ramsay here on YouTube. He does some amazing puzzle work. He's a great magician. He's a good cardistry master. And all around, just a really great guy. I mean, Chris is amazing. If you haven't seen his videos, you got to check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. But I kind of wanted to do something today, sort of like an homage to him, in honor of Chris's channel and how cool everything is that he does over there. I too love puzzles, which is why I watched some of his videos. As a kid, I remember my dad taking me to a corn maze. And this was kind of one of my first memories of getting into puzzles and taxing my brain, sort of. And what we did is we went through the corn maze. I solved it instantly, it's like, duh. Because I used to do mazes in books and other things all the time. I'd do all those puzzles in the back of your cereal boxes and all kinds of stuff, crosswords, anything I could get my hands on, I would do them and do them pretty quick, All the stuff that they had in, the Ranger Rick magazine, right? Remember that? And a few other things like that we'd get in the mail, and I just ripped through all those puzzles and all those games and stuff that they'd have in there. And so anyway, when the maze ended, my dad and my brother and everybody else was still in the maze, and I went into the main building that was near it, and the guy had a whole bunch of little puzzles, like wooden blocks or things that you had to take apart, like two rings that were stuck together, you had to take them apart. Or like wooden blocks that could only go together in one way, or they had to be pulled apart in a certain way. And I went through and did every puzzle one by one. And I remember that by the time my dad got in, there was like one or two puzzles left, and I was kind of like so OCD about it. I was like, Dad, I gotta finish all the puzzles. I can't leave. So he sat there while I did the last two. And then the guy came around and he's like, nobody solved every single puzzle in this place. That's amazing, So it's kind of like, Chris got me back into it. He got me back into my childhood and that other aspect of my childhood, because obviously I still collect all the toys and games and things that I did. But the puzzles, that comes and goes. And watching Chris's videos kind of got me back into the puzzles. And it made me bring out the first puzzle that I ever owned. The brain. And Chris, if you're watching, thank you. But do you know the brain? Do you know this puzzle? It's what they call a binary puzzle, and I'm going to show you how it works. So yeah, this was the first thing I got when I was a child, and to tax my brain at home. And then yeah, so we're going to run through it real quick, and I'll show you how fast I can solve this thing. All right. All right, guys, here we have it, the brain. It's what they call a binary puzzle. This is the brain. Can you outthink the computer? The brain. This was originally $7.50. I can't tell where from. Probably Sears or something like that. Can you outthink the computer? The brain. Tells you on the back here, the brain, outthink the computer. 170 sequential movements of the rods unlock all 8 wedges in the brain. There's only one solution designed and programmed by the computer. Can you discover it? A clue. The program is based on Gray binomial system. So once you get it, it's actually really simple, I think. I don't know. You guys can decide. It says number 225, The Brain, copyright 1973, Magnif Incorporated, Mentor, Ohio. It's all printed in the USA. So, 1973, that's interesting. That's exactly the year I was born. I wonder why. I wonder if that's why my parents gave me this one first, because they were like, oh, this was made the same year that John was born. So let's get into it. Here we go. So that's it. The box, it's right in here. This looks old and faded. It was crystal clear when it was new, because I've had it. We've had it forever. since the 70s, Yeah, forever. That's forever, by the way. That is forever. Yes. All right, so the way this works, like it said, is there's all these pegs that you can move, see? And it pulls these out. So the object is to get all these out. You know, and right now, only one of them moves, you know? So when you have one moving, oh, now that one moves, okay. But now what do, you know? You got these two out and nothing else. And that's kind of the puzzle here, you know? You don't know how to get everything moving. You know, now you've made it so you can't get that back in, you know? So that one still moves. That one moves. You know, it's that kind of thing where you're back to, like, how do I get more than just one or two moving here? And now you're all the way back to where you started, you know? So that's kind of the trick here, is to try to get all of them out, and you don't really know, you know, what's going on, I guess. It's kind of... You know, every time you do it, you got two, or you can get three or something, but it's like, how do you see the dilemma there, guys? Okay. And now, have I futzed around with it enough? I mean, do you guys want to see how this is really done? All right. All right, let's see how fast I can do this thing here. Get it in the right orientation. I still get it hung up sometimes on the pieces as I move them around, you know? There we go. Every one of them is out. And I did not speed up the video. Don't think I did. And now we got to put them all back in, right? We got to set it back to normal. So here we go. Get number 8 in. Yeah, there we go. All in. Look at that. Look at that. Bam. There we go. Woo. Hands in the air. So there we go, guys. The brain. The brain. I want to say thanks to Chris Ramsay there for inspiring me and bringing back another part of my youth that was long gone for a while. Long gone, but not forgotten. And I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little look at the brain puzzle and looking at its solution and doing it about as fast as I can do it. I'm sure there's probably people out there who can do it a lot faster than that. But yeah, alright guys, thanks a lot. Check out Chris Ramsay's channel. I'll put a link in the description below. He's a really cool guy, and I appreciate him, you know, inspiring me and bringing back this part of my childhood, this aspect of my youth. And it's always good to tax your brain on something, and puzzles are a great way to do that. So yeah, check them out. Alright, thanks guys. We'll see you later. And I might have something later on today coming into the Vintage Geeks toy room. So we'll take a look at it and see what cool toys I have coming down the pipe. Thanks guys, appreciate it. And if you like toys, if you like games, this is the channel for you. Please subscribe, and we'll go on an adventure together as we check out cool stuff that enters the Vintage Geeks toy room all around. If you want to see this kind of stuff and more up close, then this is the channel for you. Please subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you later.